Hello, friends. My name is Cynthia Peters. I'm the editor of The Change Agent, a project of the New England Literacy Resource Center at World Education. And today I'm going to tell you about using our mental health issue of The Change Agent, which was just published in March 2021. And specifically, I'm going to show you a new feature of The Change Agent, which is our Google Slide presentations. We're taking our articles, which are previously available in PDF and audio format, and adding a third way that you can use them, and that is in Google Slides. So here's how you get to the slideshows. You come to the Change Agent website, this is our top page, and you click on this Issues tab here. And when you get to this Issues tab, if you're logged in, you'll get access to all of our back issues. You can see there's quite a lot of them here on all sorts of different topics. And here's our current issue on mental health. When you click on this tab, you'll see that we have 4 of our articles available as Google slideshows. When you click on one of those links, it will take you directly to a Google slideshow presentation. This one is our article called No Sick Days. That's bad for your physical and mental health. And we have this article available at 2 levels, a kind of higher intermediate level and a more beginner level. And the one we put in the Google Slides is this more beginner one. And you can see that it has some before you read activities, then it takes the article and breaks it up into small chunks and includes images that help communicate the message of the text. This Google slideshow is ready for you to take into your remote classroom whenever you want. It is available right now as view only, so you can't make changes to it unless you go up here to File, and if you have a Google account, you can go down here to make a copy of the entire presentation, and then you'll own it and you can adapt the slideshow in whatever way you want. Another alternative is you can go to download and you can download the slideshow into your own presentation software. So it's very easy for you to take, use as is, or adapt if you want. We're trying to be as teacher friendly as possible and be mindful of the fact that you're trying to develop resources for the remote classroom. What you'll see at the end is a little bit of biographical information about the author and then some after you read activities. Now, you may want to add your own after you read activities or more supports along the way for vocabulary, more extensions, more grammar lessons. You can do that if you want, or you can use it exactly how it is. Now, another example of an article in our mental health issue that's been reformatted for Google Slides is this one on endorphins, which is written by a New York City adult ed student. And she writes about how for her, endorphins have made a really big difference in her mental health. And we include a little box on the science kind of background around endorphins. And then you'll see again, the text broken up into chunks with some really nice visuals to go with the text to help the support learn reading comprehension and just to be more engaging and fun to look at. So we think that you and your students are going to find these articles to be really easy to use, ready to use, complete with activities, and again, the bio for the author. So we include this because we want students who are reading these articles to see themselves in the writer. They see that the article is written by a peer, and we think that that is a great bridge into more literacy. Okay, another one is this one called Moving from Anguish to Power. This is a really cool piece about 2 women who were facing eviction in their home in Boston due to the fact that the rents in their apartment building went way up and became completely unaffordable. And for these women, they describe how that brought on so much anxiety, especially the prospect of being evicted during a pandemic. But they say that the silver lining here has been that starting to organize against the evictions was a huge boost to their mental health. In fact, it connected them with an organization called City Life. That connected them with new friends and with finding their voice and moving from feeling embarrassed and ashamed to feeling empowered. And whenever you can make that shift from shame to empowerment, that's a really big boost for your mental health. It doesn't mean that it wasn't stressful. It doesn't mean that it wasn't hard for them and challenging. But these women tell the story in their own words about how fighting for a fair contract in their apartment building really helps support their mental health. Again, there are after you read activities, and there's biographical information about the authors. And this is just a really nice piece that you can bring into your classroom if you like. One more. This one's called Fresh Bread. You might be wondering, what is an article about fresh bread be doing in the mental health issue of the change agent? Well, really, it's about kindness, this article. It's about a person who is struggling, living alone in a new city, feeling alienated and alone, and then going to a bakery and somebody, just the delivery driver, doing a really nice gesture in his direction. So we think during this pandemic time, when isolation has been hard for people and acts of kindness have meant a lot, we thought this was a really sweet piece to feature in our Google slide format. Again, you can read about the author here, and you can use these after you read activities if you like. At the top of every Google slide presentation, we put a little bit of information about how to do the adapting of the slides and giving you permission to adapt. So I hope you'll find these Google slide presentations useful, and I hope your students will enjoy them. We've gotten a lot of great feedback from people that they have really enjoyed them. You can access this content really easily if you have a subscription. The subscription is really cheap. It's just $30 per teacher per year. You can, once you get on a username and password, you can share it with all of your students. So it's incredibly cheap to give your students access to all of our PDFs, all of our back issues, all of our audio, and now all of these Google Slides. If you don't have a subscription, but you'd like to check out our Google Slides, go to this in the classroom tab and scroll down to free lesson packets. And here in these lesson packets, you'll find lots of free content, including more examples of Google Slides down towards the bottom. That is all I have for you for now about Google Slides. My name again is Cynthia Peters. I'm the editor of The Change Agent. Please be in touch with me at cpeters@worlded.org if you have any questions. Thank you.